In 2014, a student played music she found written on a man's body in a 500-year-old painting of hell. The recording went viral. Millions heard it. CNN covered it. What no one mentioned: the notation has no clef. Without a clef, the notes have no pitch. The score cannot be played correctly. It was never meant to be. Bosch wrote unresolvable music on a sinner's skin and watched the world, 5 centuries later, try to play it anyway. He would not have been surprised. The painting is called The Garden of Earthly Delights. It was completed around 1500 by a Dutch painter named Hieronymus Bosch, and it remains, by most measures, the strangest serious painting in Western history. It hangs today in the Prado Museum in Madrid. 6. A triptych, 3 oak panels hinged together, each one packed so densely with figures that you could spend a week with a magnifying glass and still find something new. Almost nothing is known about Bosch himself. He left behind no letters, no diaries, no written explanation of anything he painted. What survives are civic records. 6. A name in a municipal ledger, an entry in a church account book, the record of his burial on the 9th of August, 1516. His paintings, Britannica described, are sermons on folly and sin, addressed often to initiates and consequently difficult to translate. He was a man who believed things so completely he encoded them into paint and trusted that the paint would hold the weight. The triptych works as a sequence. The left panel shows the Garden of Eden, 6 God, Adam, Eve, a landscape still innocent. The center panel shows humanity reveling in pleasure, naked figures among impossible animals and oversized fruit, a dreamlike landscape that refuses any single interpretation. And the right panel shows what happens next. Not a metaphorical hell, not a vague darkness. The right panel is Bosch's most striking representation of this subject, on occasions referred to as the musical hell, owing to the significant presence of instruments used to torture sinners who have devoted their time to secular music. This is the detail almost no one discusses when they talk about this painting. Not the bird-headed demon swallowing souls and excreting them into an abyss. Not the pair of severed ears pierced by a knife, walking through the flames like a war machine. The musical instruments. In the hell panel, music is not absent. Music is the punishment. We see oversized harps and lutes, wielded not in joyous song but as instruments of torture. In the Middle Ages, music, and particularly musical instruments, was viewed with suspicion. While sacred music was seen as a divine art form capable of elevating the soul, secular music had a less favorable reputation. Instruments like the bagpipes or the harp were often associated with taverns, dances, and earthly pleasures, a potential distraction from spiritual pursuits, a gateway to indulgence and temptation. Bosch held this belief more radically than almost anyone around him. Scholars studying his complete works have concluded that Bosch condemned all music outside of the Holy Liturgy and all musical instruments outside the liturgy's voices and organ. He did not find secular music mildly problematic. He found it damning, literally, specifically, eternally damning. And so in hell, the people who loved music are punished by music, crushed by instruments too enormous to play, silenced in a choir that cannot sing, subjected to sound at volumes that destroy rather than delight. This is the context no viral recording ever mentioned. Now look at the lower right corner of the hell panel. A man lies face down on the ground, pinned beneath a giant lute. He cannot move. Behind him, a chorus of open mouths, positioned so they cannot see the notation, none of them looking in its direction, led by a cantor who is a hybrid with a frog's head and a man's body, so he can neither sing nor lead them. And on the man's skin, painted directly onto his body, are staff lines, notes, the complete markings of a musical score. In 2014, a music student at Oklahoma Christian University named Amelia Hamrick was studying the painting in class. She decided to interpret what she took to be genuine music painted on the figure, transcribed it into modern notation, assuming a standard pitch reference for chants of that era, and posted a recording on her Tumblr page in February of that year. She titled it, the 500-year-old butt song from hell. 2 weeks later, she was interviewed on CNN. Renditions followed for choir, for heavy metal band, for lute, harp, and hurdy-gurdy. The story circulated through every major publication. The Guardian covered it. Classic FM covered it. Millions of people listened. What they heard was a short, almost gentle melody. Quiet, slightly sorrowful, not the sound of hell at all, which everyone noted as charming, as if the sweetness of the sound made the detail more beautiful, more mysterious, more human. Here is what was not covered. Scholars who study medieval musical notation looked at those markings and reached a conclusion that never made the news the way the recording did. The notation has no clef. Without a clef, notes have no pitch. It cannot be correctly read, not because it is obscure, but because it was designed that way. Every time Bosch depicts something written in his paintings, a book, a page, a body, it is only the appearance of writing, never the real thing. He would not paint genuine music in hell. He would not put a playable melody on a sinner's skin and risk his viewers committing the exact sin that sent the man there. So he painted the shape of music instead. Everything that says, "There is a song here," and underneath, nothing, no pitch, no resolution. The lute above the man is too large to play. The choir behind him cannot sing. Every element of music surrounds him. Every element has been made permanently, deliberately, eternally unavailable. That is not a hidden song, that is a sentence. And in 2014, millions of people proved him right, heard the recording, shared it, found it beautiful, and felt like they had discovered something. They had, just not what they thought. Bosch left the notation visible enough to tempt, broken enough to deceive, and waited 500 years. Then the internet arrived and did exactly what he expected. The Prado's museum label says only that the notation is there. It does not explain what it means. I think that is the correct answer, not because we cannot know, but because Bosch would have found the question perfectly predictable. That wanting, that reaching towards something that looks like it should resolve, is precisely what he was painting about. If you have a theory, leave it below. I read every one, and there is one more painting in this series, something hidden in plain sight for 5 centuries, that changes everything we think we know about the man who made it. It is waiting for you.